Hi, we're Pullman Marketing, a small ad agency, and we're going to be reacting to some of the coolest, I think, or best, or whatever Super Bowl ads my writer told us that we needed to watch that we have not watched.
We all missed the Super Bowl, so
I watched the halftime show.
You watched the halftime show. We missed it, so we missed all of this.
We're going to be walking through it, and as an ad agency, we work with companies like Yamaha Music and Napa Auto Parts, so we understand some of this corporate stuff, but we're just curious to see what is the best, or the coolest, or the worst. So, let's get started.
It has been a banner year for the National Football League. What should I call it? And we'll call this a pigskin. Make people crave bacon. Bacon.
And everybody loves bacon.
I love bacon.
Thanks, Kevin Bacon.
Can't eat out of a cup, Ted, but a bowl? How about a Super Bowl?
No one believes that football is just some conspiracy to sell
food. When football makes you hungry, order Uber Eats.
I love it. That was
There
really
were
good.
a lot of dad jokes in that.
That was...
You got your A-listers for a grand scheme of conspiracy regarding the Super Bowl itself. That's beautiful.
I love Martha Stewart's comeback though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey sells it. Kevin Bacon with the bacon joke. Like, this is wonderful.
I like the costumes. Like, actually, they put a lot of effort and energy into that. I know most of it's green screen, but like, the outfits are premium. I love it.
But also, this was
laugh.
a ad for football people. Like, there's a lot here that, like, yeah, food. All right, you don't understand a lot of these jokes if you don't know football. So, like, in a lot of ways, yes, let's make a football-based ad for the biggest football game of the year. It felt like it belonged.
Right, because at the end of the day, I have to ask the question, like, what is being sold? We already have affinity, we already have all those things. And all I'm seeing is like, okay, them at the house at the end makes sense. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna just like hang out and talk and work through stuff. Let's just order Uber Eats. But like, there's a boardroom for most of this.
In a lot of ways, this setting, this ad shot for shot, but it's Buffalo Wild Wings, plays a lot better.
Yeah, I would go with that.
So this is well written for the wrong company.
I don't think it's that wrong, right? They spent a lot of money, so it can't be that wrong. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it does beg the question of like, what are we trying to sell? I don't see Uber Eats ads very much.
In our area in particular, it's not very big here.
No, DoorDash is bigger, and that's fine. And so Uber's trying to eat the market share, right?
Haha.
At the end of the day, I think it's the celebrity piece that really helps sell. Like, I would watch this again just because it is Matthew McConaughey.
I want them to make a movie about this. I accept the premise.
I don't know that this would be something I would watch on repeat or use as a case study of like, oh, this is such a great ad. A lot of money, a lot of effort, really the celebrity sells it, and that's a really weak thing to hang your hat on at the end of the day.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
What up with the Grinch coat?
I'm afraid. What? This isn't what I needed today. What did they do to you? They brought Seal back for this? Oh, Seal, why?
I don't like it.
This is too powerful for what it is.
None of this makes sense.
You know what though? That was probably the most like, yeah, that's a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
It's weird, it's out there. It
true.
doesn't make sense, but it also kind of does.
It's extremely memorable. As much as it's directly a Baja Blast ad, and it's everywhere. Once they get to the point, it's almost like a case study in subliminal messaging of like, we're showing this everywhere as possible, but Seal as a seal. And then part of it too is in the year 2025, how many people understand who Seal is? I don't know that after seeing that I want to drink Baja Blast. I don't know if after seeing that I want to consume any more food. I kind of want to leave. A lot of things here are well done, but it's in that genre of, haha, so random. And they even say it at the end, which I think is too much self-referential.
Yeah.
So like, it's a fascinating premise. It really hits the trope of, Super Bowl, we could be wacky.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel. Like all that, I don't really know how I feel after that.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would describe it is, okay.
So I think that's where I actually have confusion. Are they adding lime to the Baja Blast? Or has Baja Blast always had lime in it?
Kind of like with like Gatorade and Powerade, how the blue one isn't like whatever the actual, like blue, raspberry, whatever, blueberry, it's blue. Or how the red one is the red one, not fruit punch, and the orange one is orange, which is orange. Sure. So same thing, Baja Blast is Baja Blast, but the actual flavor of it is probably lime with some other stuff.
But once again, we have to ask that question of like, okay, what is being sold here? I know it is just being wacky, which I love. I am delighted to have a Super Bowl ad that makes us laugh, that is just out of this world, interesting. But what are they actually trying to sell at the end of the day? What else we got? Mr. Producer, sir.
What other horrifying CGI are we gonna see today?
We're out of Pringles.
Oh. Just blowing the can. He let the intrusive thoughts win. That's fine.
What?
I've had a nightmare about this.
Are we gonna eat mustaches? Are Pringles made of mustaches? Flying V pattern.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm just gonna go to the store.
Okay.
I think you got mine.
I like it.
All right. So, again, as a Super Bowl commercial and that as a genre trope, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This fits in.
The hook is good. The hook is really good.
It
though.
is.
It's a great hook. Just blowing the can.
And I think if we contrast this with the Uber Eats ad, there's a lot of, it's not relying on its premise of celebrity. Like we're telling a linear story. We have a single gag and we're following it.
I think it's the part where the mustache dies on the window like it's a bird that hit a window. That kind of just...
It's like, I do feel the need to go buy Windex now. So I don't know if that was a secondary.
It's kind of like Chef Boyardee. It's kind of like the Chef Boyardee commercial where like the little girl couldn't get the ravioli or whatever, and then the mom was like, sorry, no chef tonight. And then she goes, but I love chef. And then the thing goes, it rolls and follows her home. This time all he had to do was blow into the Pringles.
It does remind me that I really don't like the minimalist, toned down redesign of the Pringles guy.
Yeah, but it was a nice creative use of a brand asset though.
Yep.
Ronald McDonald, we can use him for anything and everything, which they've stopped. There's enough brand equity to use characters and have a streamlined version of him. Whereas like, how do you use the brand equity here and extend it to have a deeper or greater meaning and have it associate with everyday people?
In a very real way, 1/3 of that logo is a mustache. You may as well.
That's true.
I don't know about any of you, but when have you ever bought Pringles for a party? That is like the least cash efficient thing you could ever do, like hosting a gathering.
That scenario, girl in the grocery store, I want this, that is the use case.
Yeah, that's the normal. That's like what they do all the time, and then they have plenty. But Super Bowl party, assuming I would not buy 20 cans of Pringles at $2.50 a pop.
Well, obviously not. The hope is that they fly over to you on a mustache. I don't know. I've been to, I would say, smaller parties where like there are Pringles.
Wow.
And they're not like in the can or whatever. They're kind of like laid out and they're with dip or things like that. Not very often, obviously, but it does. I've had it happen a couple of times.
I mean, as a chip, they're the most accessible.
The other thing I don't like, and this is me probably just overanalyzing a little bit, is I actually don't like how everybody's backs are turned. Like it was an intentional decision to have the focus really just be on the guy who we thought was a guest, but then turned out to probably be the host if he's going to go buy more.
Or he's just a guest that really likes Pringles. He's the one that brought the Pringles and ate them all and was like, dang.
I wouldn't have minded to see normal humans. But I think the concern is there were bearded people in the room, bearded and mustached people, and their mustaches didn't leave. So like there's some continuity and some decisions they had to make there. So I think they could have made it funnier if everyone there didn't have mustaches.
Okay, what's your favorite Pringle?
Obviously, sour cream and onion.
The next most common one.
Yes.
Go for pizza flavor, man.
Pizza is disgusting. My children have it right now. It's disgusting.
Happy Monday. What a game last night.
Monday.
That is a horrifying sloth. That's actually kind of scary. Those nails, I don't like it. White?
So Coors Light made a better case to help you chill.
Oh, he's normal now.
Get a case of the Mondays.
So they're
Monday day drinking. That's what we're going with.
Is it actually like Monday brew? I might be taking this too literally,
I'm gonna
but
Google
like.
it. Great, now I'm a part of it, and I'm gonna get beer ads. Oh, it's limited time packaging.
Okay, so it is limited time
this
packaging.
is real.
This is real. This is what they're trying to sell. But then what's the point of a Mondays drink? And I hate the fact that we have to go to the website to get more information.
There's a merch line. You could get a Mondays koozie, a hat that says Mondays,
So they really went in on this.
and a cooler.
I'm not on board.
The neck pillow's horrifying.
Take
Don't
me
get
back to Seal, I think is where I'm at. And you're taking the joke from Zootopia,
Yeah.
and you are running with this as far as you possibly can. Life is so slow that I need to come home and drink Coors Light on a Monday in the middle of the day.
I mean, this could be after 5 p.m. Like, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It's after 5 p.m. Maybe 4.
But if you're starting so early,
The fact that it took almost 50 seconds for it to even get to the point is, I think, because even through the whole thing, watching it, I kind of tuned out in a lot of ways because I was like, okay, sloths, they're slow. I get it. Something's going on. It has to do with having a slow moving day or time or something like that. Doesn't beer kind of maybe make you a little more tired and slow you down? I don't know. I don't drink beer.
No, it's a light beer.
It's a light beer.
Oh.
Okay, so you drink more of it and then eventually it slows you down, but you don't get as slow as quick, right? So in my mind, I couldn't see the correlation. Now when they got to the point in the last 10 seconds of the ad, I was like, oh. If I were watching this and I was at the Super Bowl and they had this commercial on, in all honesty, I would have gotten up and walked away and go done something else. Got more snacks.
is a great-
And then came back and sat down.
this is your breather ad.
Yeah.
I just don't like that it all hangs on a dad joke. That to me is just really weak. Now granted, once again, these people spent lots of money. They were all in. This, in a lot of ways, felt like a great idea very last minute to me.
They, more than I think anybody else, have gone all in on this concept. You don't make a merch line for a one-off.
I'd get
but
the merch.
You would get the merch?
I'd get the merch.
It looks fun.
It's not too bad. I wouldn't get the neck pillow. The merch itself wasn't bad. If they had done more of like a think game day type thing where maybe you're like tailgating for a football game or the Super Bowl game, and then you have your case of the Mondays, right? And then you have the merch to go with it and made it more fun and exciting. I think something to either highlight the merch would have been more exciting for me. But I'm not a beer drinker, so I'm not the audience for this either.
I don't think any of us really are.
No, I don't drink peasant water.
But
It was like funny in the beginning.
funny, but it's like,
And then that was it.
but it's kind of sad. Like, if you really think about it, it's like, oh, can I have a case of the Fridays, maybe?
Well, and it goes back to that idea of like a lot of the Budweiser and Bud Light commercials were Budweiser is what makes the party.
Yeah.
Right? Like things are dull until this comes. And they're saying a similar message, but in just a really sad way. I would take a pass on this ad.
Thanks, Coors.
But life doesn't come with an owner's manual. But that means we get to write our own stories.
Yes, Mr. Ford.
Freedom is the roar of one man's engine and the silence of another's. The most sacred thing in life isn't the path.
Is it the journey?
It's the freedom to choose it.
That makes more sense.
This Jeep makes me happy, even though my name is Vaughn.
There's a lot there. There's a lot there. Was Harrison Ford your first choice for this? Just because notoriously, Harrison Ford is just kind of, like, his entire character and demeanor is grouchy and apathetic. Like, not in a, that's who he is, but like, a lot of it, he is typecast into that character. I can't say that this very rallying, positive, pro-America ad, a lot of really good things were said. I don't know that I would think Harrison Ford, but I think this kind of messaging. And not that it was done bad, it's It's not my expectation. This one's taken a little bit to process.
Yeah.
Was this just shot at his house? Is that his actual dog? It might be.
I can see it being his actual
Right?
dog.
It was like-
But the dog's not in every shot. The dog should be in every shot. It doesn't make sense. He changes Jeep like he changes shirt.
Well, when you're his age, maybe you do. It's my 5th Jeep.
He has a new show coming out where I think it's like 1923 or 19. It's some show like on him on a ranch and different things. And so like I think he's trying to go into that motif, and they're kind of leaning that way.
Okay, so new persona for the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, but Jeep's not even an American company, right? They were bought out by Fiat, I thought. Even to say like, yeah, this is an American vehicle. I mean, please fact check me in the comments, but like, I don't know that this is an American brand.
But it is an American statement.
It is. It is.
Do you remember the ice skating one from last year? I think it was another car.
Yeah.
I liked that one more. And it had the same general tone, Harrison Ford's tone. Like it was slower, it still kind of tugged at some heartstring somewhere, you know, whether it was American pride or it was just trying to see your daughter or granddaughter perform their ice skating recital. Yeah. Like it still kind of tugged at the heart somehow, somewhere, and also highlighting the capabilities of the vehicle. But I liked that one more. I think like the messaging in terms of like what they were trying to say was a little different, but I liked the showing of that one more than this one.
I also think he was trying hard to be serious, because there's also a bunch of stuff where it's like he was probably trying to tell a joke, and they're like, oh no, that's what we're doing. Because like, to summarize the entire message of what he's saying is, I don't know what's going on, you figure it out. And I was like, that sounds like Harrison Ford.
That's an interesting slogan. There's only one.
As he's driven 5 different Jeeps in this commercial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that slogan's trying to insinuate.
There is only one.
There's only one. I don't like it.
That isn't a slogan that works, one, in the context of the thing, and 2, everything about the messaging was so subtle, at least in forms of like an actual advertisement. And it's just a very neutral positive. Jeep wants to be the face of that speech. This doesn't mean anything in the context of anything that just happened.
Yeah.
It's hard because they are trying to, maybe in a way, like once again, what are they trying to sell? I think they are trying to reinvigorate the Jeep branding and the Jeep vibe.
Yeah.
And trying to show that crossover between electric and EV, that you have options, that we are serving a large demographic of people. And I do appreciate the Jeep culture thing of like, all Jeep owners wave to each other. Like, I don't know if you know that, but like, that is a 100% thing. All Jeep owners wave to Jeep owners. And so they have an acknowledgement to that, which I thought was a really nice, clever way to put that in with the messaging.
Yeah, their culture, and trying to share their culture piece.
So I don't know that they were trying to sell a vehicle as much as it was culture.
I don't know that Harrison Ford was the one to do it.
Who would you rather have?
It feels like it was written for Sam Elliott, but they couldn't get him. Maybe even to a degree, Nick Offerman, who's been typecast into a lot of these hyper-masculine roles. But then if you get an A-lister, out of all of those people, you know Harrison Ford more than you know the rest of that cast.
That's true. You could use this more globally, because everyone is aware of Harrison Ford more so than some of those other actors. So that does make sense.
I think if it was just kind of that last section where he then makes the Ford joke, like I would have enjoyed that so much more.
Because if you do a 30-second cut, he's talking about the manual, and he keeps talking about the manual, and then you end with that.
My name is...
My name is...
That's an ad, like that.
Which maybe that's how they cut it somewhere too.
Yeah. What's interesting though is that this isn't an extended cut. This is the ad.
Oh.
They'll usually specify if it's extended. So
that's a long ad.
It was intended to run.
That's a
this
very
long.
expensive ad.
2 full minutes for ad space at the Super Bowl. They wanted that whole 2 minutes.
Yeah. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much. I hope you liked this content, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, especially if we got anything wrong. We invite you to do that.
And if you have any ads that you would like us to review, go ahead and drop it in the comments, and then we'll do a reaction video.
Please, no more CGI abominations. Please.
Or make more.
If you're interested in any of our other content, please click any of the links in and around our circles.
And Super Bowl commercials, it feels like we are back. And now I'm gonna have nightmares about Seal is a Seal.
Lucy.
Thanks for watching. Bye.